talking about the Fightins here. The Fightins.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone! It's gone! It is bedlam at the bank!
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball!
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe. Go follow.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with Eric, Brendan, Dalt, and Ballpark Tommy. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
Dodgers! Y'all suck! Y'all are absolutely terrible. I saw a bunch of Dodgers fans on fucking Twitter this evening saying, "Oh, the Dodgers are about to go. They're about to go 11-0 after this weekend. Oh, the Phillies are gonna lose all 3 games." What just happened, bro? What just happened? The Phillies absolutely own the Dodgers. 5-1 last season, 1-0 this season. We fucking own you. We own you. Y'all thought that you were going to come back in the 9th. I'll give it to you. It got a little bit scary, but Fratty, my dude, the Dodgers fucking suck. They fucking suck. And I can't stand the Dodgers. I can't stand Shohei Ohtani. I can't stand Mookie Betts. I can't stand Yamamoto. I can't stand Teoscar Hernandez. I can't stand this team, Fratty. But my God, do the Dodgers suck.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time after that 8-0 start that I had a feeling at about, it was like almost 9 o'clock in the morning when I posted this before I had work, that the Dodgers were going to get their first loss and that I was putting the spell on Ohtani, which for the most part I did. Pretty much put the spell on him because that single was relevant. But yeah, I put the spell on Ohtani, and bang, Ohtani, besides the single, his relevant single, he didn't do anything else the whole entire game but get caught down by JT and strike out. So yeah, that's my little intro.
When will they learn? When will they learn, Fratty, that their actions have consequences? Because like Star Wars, our number one supporter said, never, ever run on JT Realmuto. I don't know if anybody's seen the meme, but there's a meme of JT Realmuto, and he's standing in front of a whiteboard, and it says, on one side it says, fuck around, and on one side it says, find out. Man, JT Realmuto is good. Like, towards the end there, I really thought that, it looked a little bit sketchy until they showed the one angle, and you could see Trey Turner had come down right on the shoulder with the glove, and I knew the game was over. We'll get into it because that 9th inning was a little bit sketchy, and we have, some topics to talk about, but my God, am I happy right now because I just, I can't stand the Dodgers, and I'm going to say this, and for you guys watching, if you agree with me, please drop it in the comments. I would love to see your opinions. But God, I hate when the game is on Apple TV because I swear, dude, that every time the game is on Apple TV, they always get the announcers for the opposing team, right? So today we played the Dodgers. The game was on Apple TV. These announcers, I swear, we're just hyping up the Dodgers so much, dude. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me and maybe I'm biased, but I'm sitting there watching, I'm listening to the announcers, and they just hype up the Dodgers so much. And maybe it's just me, maybe it's just selective hearing, so it might be that. But like even Bryce Harper there in his in-game interview was getting annoyed. I feel like personally he ignored the announcers and he just didn't want to talk. But I mean, whatever. But let's get into this. Let's get into our topics. First thing that I want to talk about, the pitching, dude. Oh my God. Jesús Luzardo looked like an absolute Cy Young candidate winner on the mound today. 2-0 on the season, 7 innings pitched tonight, 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. His ERA is a 1.5. And my goodness, dude, for you to come out in your Citizens Bank Park debut against the Dodgers and like just absolutely demolish them looked absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And, you know, his parents were in attendance. They said they never missed a start from Luzardo. But what a start for you to come and see your son 7 shutout innings against one of the best teams right now in baseball. Absolute stud. I really, really hope that he keeps this up because this is exactly what you need in your rotation. You needed a guy that could come in that could give you these outings where he's pitching 4, 5, 6, 7 innings of just shutout baseball. So, I mean, like, I'm amazed, Fratty. And they're 8-0. What do you expect? I expected them to put up a little bit more of a fight until, you know, Jordan Romano came into the game. So, like, that's what I expected. I just didn't expect them to look like absolute dog shit coming into Citizens Bank Park. So, you know. Fratty, what did you think of Luzardo, dude?
I mean, this guy, man here, he's something special. I knew from a couple months back, I actually liked the signing of Jesús Luzardo. People are saying, trying to almost doubt him. But this guy fits in well with the rotation that we have, especially when Ranger comes back. You have something different. You have a 3 lefty, 2 righty rotation. And to fit Luzardo into that missing piece of the puzzle, when it comes to our left-handers, is going to play very key come the postseason because, and buy it. It's early in the season. Yeah, buy it. It's early in the season, but let me just get this straight. The Phillies are making the postseason this year. I mean, I know it's only 7 games in, but they're good. They're a good enough team as long as their offense clicks a lot more than they are right now, and if their pitching keeps up to its par, just like Luzardo did tonight, we'll be fine. And I really believe, yeah, like I said, the Phillies are going to be okay, and that's pretty much all I have with that one.
There tomorrow, Jordan. Yeah, dude, I completely agree with you. Sorry, I'm reading Jordan's comment, and apparently I can't point to where the comment is, so I look like a complete stupid head. But yeah, I mean, I think if they could stay healthy and if Jesus can stay healthy, it's going to definitely get them deep into the season and even into the postseason. Like Star Wars said here, I mean, Jesus had 11 strikeouts his first game against the Nationals and 8 strikeouts tonight. So just like, again, absolute stud. And I was kind of, I don't want to say worried, but it kind of crossed my mind that, you know, what is he going to do his second outing? What is he going to do the second time he goes out there? And he showed that he is more than capable of being that number 2 guy, of being that guy that you can have come in here and just absolutely rely on. And like, I'm sitting there watching the game and I'm just like freaking out on my couch because, you know, I really thought that the Dodgers were going to come in here. And granted, you know, if any Dodgers fans are watching, you guys have a great team. I really want to give props to the Dodgers because, you know, I really thought they were going to come in here and it was going to be one of those games where it's back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And for Jesus to kind of show that didn't need to be the case really shows that the Dodgers can be beat at the end of the day. Looking at the bullpen, though, Strom gets the hold. .2 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. His ERA is still at a 0. Ruiz came in. I didn't really agree with Ruiz coming in. I get it. You had to get the righty lefty matchup. I get it. I just think you should have kept Strom in personally, but whatever. I mean, they got out of the inning. Ruiz came in, .1 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, 4.5 ERA, and then Romano. I wouldn't have given Romano the save, but I get it. It goes to him. He really just, like, we said this the other day, and I don't know. Like, I wanted to give him a couple more games to see how he does, and today just really, like, didn't impress me at all. 1 innings pitched, 1 hit. JT got, like, a cut on his finger or whatever, and really just, I mean, Romano didn't really have rhythm at all before JT cut his finger. But once JT went out for that extended amount of time, it just really threw Romano off, and he let up that 2-run blast to Tommy Edman. But 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, walked 2, struck out 2, and his ERA is a 9. So my worry is the bullpen. It's still going to be the bullpen. That's my biggest worry. Other than your big 3 of right now, Matt Strom, Orion Kerkering, and Alvarado, really outside of that, it just worries me. I mean, Romano, I trust him more in like a 7/8 hole. I don't really trust him to be your closer. You got Joe Ross, and Joe Ross has looked okay in his outings. You got Tanner Banks. He really hasn't pitched much. And really, it's just, to me, like, you gave up Jeff Hoffman, who was, one of your better closers. And now I just feel like you have a hole there that needs to be filled. Star Wars, Nola's pitching tomorrow, buddy. So it's Nola against Sasuke. Is that how you say his last name? So yeah, so he's pitching tomorrow. But otherwise, I mean, pitching looked fine today. Like, I don't have, other than Romano, which we'll get into for a second, I don't have any other complaints. What did you think about the relievers, Fratty, before we get into our next topic?
I think the relievers, for the most part, I think the relievers did good, except for, of course, Jordan Romano, which I honestly, this is going to be a good conversation to have later on in the season, whether what the Phillies decide to do. I know we're a long way off, but when it comes to, because the key point of the season is the trade deadline before we actually get to the playoffs, which is 2 months before we reach the postseason, like I just mentioned a second ago. But like I said, with Romano and all, I mean, is it a possibility that we pick up another a reliever that's pretty good on a stinky team? And we trade away Romano in a separate deal. I mean, it's possible that Romano is not here a full season, but I mean, he's probably going to just stay to ride. But that's a conversation to get into later this season. But I'm interested to see what happens there when it comes to the bullpen.
And I guess, I mean, that leads us kind of into our next topic, because that's who I have as our clown of the game. I just like Romano, dude. You had the opportunity to go out there and shut out the Dodgers completely. It was 3-0 going into the 9th. And I just, like, I don't know what needs to improve with him. He pitched for the Blue Jays, right, Fratty?
Yeah, he pitched for Toronto last year, and obviously Toronto didn't even have the best of seasons last year. They have and haven't, like I said, the Blue Jays haven't been great in years. As we know, they beat us in '93 World Series, which we want to forget. But
but I mean, like, Romano was decent for the Blue Jays. I believe he was the 3rd overall in their franchise history for closers, I think the announcer said. But he just like didn't really impress me. Again, I mean, you had to go out there, get 3 outs, and just you almost blew it. I need Romano to be better. That's really all I need. And that's why he's the clown of the game. I mean, you had one of probably, I don't want to say an easy job, but you had a lead of 3 runs to work with. You gave up 2. You almost blew it. And I need you to be better. Fratty, you got a clown of the game that you want to point out? Or are you kind of on the agreement fence with me?
Clown of the game. It's probably Alec Bohm. I'd say Alec Bohm.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
I don't know why Alec Bohm keeps, for some reason, he's just hitting the ball in the air. He's not hitting, and he does so well when he hits it to the ground, but for some reason he was being over aggressive, and he was just trying to swing the ball out of the infield, and it wasn't working for him. So one thing I'll say about Alec Bohm is, I think tomorrow, and he's probably not getting rested. He's probably going to play, but I expect Alec Bohm to hit, and I'm calling it right now. He might be the clown of the game tonight, but tomorrow, he is going deep tomorrow. He is not going to be the clown of the game to me. He's going to redeem himself tomorrow, just like Harper did.
You think he's going to redeem with the torpedo bat?
Yeah, just like Harper did the other day that he had no hits in it. Then I think he had like a couple hits.
He went 0 for 5 on Monday, I want to say Monday or Tuesday, and then the next day he was like 2 for 4. So, but you know what surprises me, Fratty, is that Edmundo Sosa wasn't anywhere in the lineup today, and it surprises me because Edmundo Sosa is your number 1 hitter on the entire team right now. He has the most hits out of anybody in the starting rotation. Granted, he's a bench guy. I'll give him that. But I really do think that tomorrow you start Sosa. Looking at probable pitchers, I mean, I'm pretty sure. No, he's a right-handed pitcher. I would still start Sosa. Sosa usually started against left-handed pitchers, but I would still start Sosa tomorrow. I mean, I absolutely think that you start Sosa tomorrow. I want to see him back in the lineup. And maybe on your point, Fratty, I mean, I know you're saying that Bohm's going to have a big day tomorrow, but I could really see if Rob's smart, you sit Bohm and you play Sosa at 3rd. And you put Sosa in that 4th spot as your cleanup. Because I just like Bohm just to me has had so many opportunities to come up to the plate, to score runs, to get a hit, to do anything. And he's either popping out to the outfield, he's grounding out, he's just not the clutch guy that you want to put in your 4th hole. And like Joseph said here, he has a torpedo bat and he still sucks. So, what are you doing, dude? Looking at the overall batting report, Schwarber walked twice, but he was 0 for 2. Turner walked once. He was 1 for 3. He had that double in I think it was the 1st inning. Got to second base, stole 3rd, and then Yamamoto tried to pick him off at 3rd and ended up, in my opinion, throwing to the fans instead of the 3rd baseman because the ball went right past the 3rd baseman and Trey went home. So he scored the 1st run of the game that way. And I'll take it. I mean, I said we needed to score runs earlier in the game, and that's one way to do it. So congrats to Trey. Harper, 1 walk, 0 for 3, 1 strikeout. Turner also had a strikeout. Forgot to mention that. Bohm, 0 for 4, absolutely terrible. Kepler, 0 for 3 with 1 walk. He accounted for one of the runs. Castellanos, I mean, obviously he's going to hit because Liam was in attendance. They came in together, if you saw on the Phillies Twitter. So obviously Castellanos is going to get a hit with Liam in attendance. 2 for 3, accounted for 1 run. Realmuto, 1 for 3 with 1 strikeout. Stott, 1 for 3. He had 1 RBI. No walks, 2 strikeouts, and then Marsh, 0 for 3. He grounded out, but he did have an RBI. So it was one of those, sacrifice RBIs, and we take those. I mean, like, Stott got a really good jump off of first in order to get to second, and if Stott did not get that good jump off of first when Marsh hit the ball, then it would have been a double play. So because Stott got that really good jump, they were trying to get the double play, but Nick Castellanos took off for home. And because Nick Castellanos took off for home, they didn't have enough time to throw the ball home. So overall, I mean, even though the stat line shows 0 for 3 for Marsh, I mean, Marsh really stepped up when we needed him to in order to get more runs. So overall, I mean, batting wise, not great, not bad, kind of just like in the middle, kind of mediocre, I guess. But again, I need it to be better. I really do. I need you to score more runs against starters. I mean, that Trey run that scored in the first, if he didn't score there, I mean, you would have been 0-0 until the 7th inning when you score 2. So again, like, they scored a run here in the first inning, but it's still that problem where they're not scoring any runs until the starter gets pulled from the game. So, I mean, like, Fratty, do you think that's going to be a problem down the stretch? Like, what do you think they need to do here?
I think, in my honest opinion, I'm not worried at all. I think they're just, besides that one game last Saturday, they had that one big offensive game. The rest of the games, they're kind of in an offensive funk where they're not scoring a ton of runs. And I just think they're just they're playing pop, like Chad Ochocinco said about the Eagles that one year. The Phillies are playing possum when it comes to their offense. They're relying on their pitching to do the work and win all these games. But just wait till we get later in the season or later in this month, and just wait until we get to the postseason, because it's going to be something special compared to now. So I'm really a believer that if we get figure things out throughout the season and have good offensive games and score 5 or more runs, in whether it be 3, 4, 5 games, and our pitching is consistent like it is now, I really believe the Phillies will be okay. And I really think that Rob Thompson could carry us to the possible promised land of a World Series championship. So that's all I have.
I hope so. I have my gripes with Rob Thompson. I feel like every fan has their gripes with Rob Thompson. I wouldn't say he's the overall best manager I've ever seen manage for this baseball team. But he's decent when he needs to be. I just like Rob Thompson, to me, at times makes very questionable decisions, and then other times he makes very smart decisions. It's a flip of a coin. But getting into the next topic, the next thing I want to talk about, Dodgers. You thought you were coming in here, you sneaky guys. You thought you were coming in here going 11-0. And let me tell you something. Philadelphia is where dreams come to die, my friends. Dodgers, your dreams of having an undefeated season came to Philly and died. Your dreams came to Philly and got absolutely crumbled, my friends. Again, I mean, we own the Dodgers. I mean, if any Dodgers fans are watching, look at the stats. Last year they went 5-1. I think we swept them at CBP last year, didn't we, Friday?
Oh, yeah, when a lot of their guys were out, but except for Otani, half of their team was hurt or something. They had like
Otani got a lucky ass single against Matt Strahm. And I know I talk so high of Matt Strahm, where Matt Strahm owns Otani. But Dalt, I'm going to blame you, buddy. I'm going to blame you for that loss last year. It's because you went to the game, my friends. You went to the game and they lost. They said, you know what? Dalt's here. We got to throw the game. No, I'm just kidding. Love you, Dalt. But yeah, like Joseph said here, they swept at CBP and then they got 2 out of 3 out in LA. So, I mean, like, we absolutely own the Dodgers, knock on wood. I really do think that the Dodgers are a very beatable team, and I think the Phillies can hang with the Dodgers. I think that the Dodgers, they can pay for whoever they want. They can pay for whatever they want. They can get whoever they want. But at the end of the day, you can't come into CBP and expect to beat the power of friendship and guys who like to act like they are little kids in a daycare. So, I mean, like, come on now. I just like, I don't know, man. Like, I really do think, like Joseph said here, the Dodgers are a little bit overrated. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I do think we kind of exposed a few things today, but the Dodgers, I'm going to give you props. You are a good team. You are, 8-1 right now. You're first in the NL West. You guys are reigning champs, but the Phillies are a great team as well. And tonight kind of showed that we can hang with you. And granted, I don't know how that's going to turn out, rather. Towards the end of the season, it can go one of many ways. But I will say, if it comes down to it and the Phillies do need to show out and ball out, then we might be able to do that. Granted, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. The Dodgers, again, you guys are a really great team. So if any Dodgers are watching this, any Dodgers fans, you guys have a really great team. I'm not trying to not say that you don't have a great team. I'm just trying to say that the Phillies can hang with the best of the best. Friday, what do you got to say? This is your time to shit talk. So I'm going to let you have the floor. I'm going to go get a water real quick. So I'm going to let you have the floor, Friday.
And the Oscar for the best loss of the season in Major League Baseball goes to the Los Angeles Dodgers because I think, the Oscar awards for them came a month late because we never played the Dodgers, it seems like, in Philly this early in the season. And for them to lose early in April, a month after the Oscars, was a treat because, I'm not, and I don't mean, I don't want to get into that whole mess with the Academy Awards, but the Oscars, I can't get into that show, but that's why Philadelphia owns LA. We own them we own them actually in basketball too. Believe it or not, the Sixers beat them, but we own them. We own them in football. We own them in baseball. And we, for the most part, even though the Sixers stink, we own them in basketball too because we own the Lakers as well. So we own LA in everything. We own we except for maybe the Kings and with the Flyers, that's iffy. But like I said, we own LA. The Phillies are the Phillies. The Dodgers are the Dodgers. They are both good teams, and I expect this to be a premiere of things to come, especially these next 2 games and in September against the Dodgers, which could be a big series possibly if both teams have the top two records in Major League Baseball. So that's my point on there. So yeah.
Friday, last year I was on mute, but Friday, last year, you didn't get your prediction to come to fruition. You said the Dodgers and the Phillies in the NLCS, and we all know how the Phillies ended last year. I'm going to be honest, it was disappointing, but maybe we'll see that this year, Friday. Maybe we will see that this year, and maybe we will see the Dodgers and the Phillies in the NLCS. Granted, it's way too far to tell. We're still really early in the season, but maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But Dodgers, you're undefeated no more. Again, your hopes and dreams came to Philly to die. But last thing I want to take a look at before we end the show, I want to look at what's coming up. We say this at the end of every show, but tomorrow, 4:05 start at Citizens Bank Park. Roki Sasuke. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize. Right-handed pitcher, 5.79 ERA with 5 strikeouts. So, Frankie, I don't know anything about NBA, dude. So that's between you and Friday. I don't follow NBA at all, dude. But 5.79 ERA, 5 strikeouts, 0 for 0 on the season. I think when he came out his first start, it really wasn't that great. I know I saw a video of him crying on the bench. He's a rookie, so we'll see. He hasn't pitched in Citizens Bank Park, so he hasn't seen the atmosphere. So I'm curious to see if that maybe affects him tomorrow. But Dodgers, you guys have Aaron Nola pitching for us, and I'm sure Nola's going to give you a home run or two. So kind of evens out. Aaron Nola's pitching tomorrow, right-handed pitcher, 0 for 1 on the season, 8.44 ERA, 8 strikeouts. Again, Aaron Nola's a meatball machine. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm sure, again, Aaron Nola's going to give up a home run to somebody. So we'll see. To close out the series on Sunday, April 6th, it's a 1:35 start. Tyler Glasnow, right-handed pitcher, 1-0 on the season, 0 ERA, 8 strikeouts. Really, really great pitcher for the Dodgers. He has some really nasty stuff, so I'm curious to see how the Phillies rotation does against that, the starting lineup does against that. Going against Christopher Sanchez, again, another pitcher for the Phillies who has really nasty stuff as well. So left-handed pitcher, 0 for 0, 1.69 ERA, 7 strikeouts. And Frankie, I know Freddie wasn't playing. If he was, I really don't think it would matter. Mookie Betts didn't do anything. Shohei didn't do anything. So maybe I'm not going to say, he wouldn't have, but in my opinion, I just really don't think it would have mattered because you guys didn't score until the 9th inning off of a home run from a reliever who's a bum. So, come on now. But other than that, it was a great series. I'm expecting some great games coming up the next 2 days. Again, Dodgers, really great team, but you guys did get your asses handed to you tonight, and you almost got lucky because Jordan Romano is an absolute clown. But again, Jesús Luzardo put belt to ass for 7 straight innings. So again, I don't think Freddie Freeman would have made a difference. He didn't make a difference last year when he played us. We went 5-1 on the season against you, Frankie. So, would Freddie really have made a difference? Because, again, he didn't last year. So, Friday, you have anything you want to add before we go ahead and close out the show?
Yeah, looking ahead to the next 2 games, I'd be happy if we split one of the next 2 games against the Dodgers. But looking ahead, we got the Braves coming up. We got next weekend. We got going to Phillies going to St. Louis next weekend, which should be kind of interesting. But we are up and down there. So the Phillies, Phillies got it pretty, and then Phillies got a pretty, I'd say, sort of favorable schedule after the Dodgers. I would say sort of an average strength of schedule coming up. Braves, Cardinals, Giants, who are off to a good start, and
Mm-hmm.
the Marlins, who are been up so far this year. So,
Yeah, we always. I mean, when we play the Marlins, we always play down to them. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with that. But I mean, I definitely do agree with you. We have not an easy schedule, but it's definitely more favorable. So, I mean, we'll see. Frankie, congratulations, buddy. Again, nobody here really cares. We get it. Philly chokes in the playoffs. Like, whatever. We choked.
But you know who didn't choke in the playoffs, Frankie? The Philadelphia Eagles, who held up the Lombardi Trophy and who beat the Los Angeles Rams. So how about that? But on that note, we're going to go ahead and sign off here. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Phillies are 1-0 in the series, and Dodgers are 0-1. So, Frankie, whatever, buddy. On that note, everybody have a good night. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Play that outro.
The Fightins.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone! It's gone! It is Bedlam at the bank!
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe. Go follow.